6 years ago, my world collapsed. My startup was drowning in debt. We couldn't make payroll. And I didn't know how I was going to survive. I felt like an utter failure. But, unexpectedly, something magical happened. So let me take you back to that very night where it felt like the end of days. It was a snowy Saturday evening in Washington, D.C. My little boy, who is sitting right there as a kind 8-year-old with his precocious little sister, was having a laughing fit. I was a first-time parent then, and that laugh is just what a new parent would want. It's like I'm starting to experience the joys of parenthood. And in that particular moment, I remember enjoying it a little too much. I was rolling on the floor, and like most parents know, make him laugh even more, and luckily it was working. On the other side of my brain, however, it was a very different story. My startup that I worked so hard for was teetering on the brink of collapse. And that weekend, especially that weekend, has been the toughest. Unbeknownst to me, it turns out my wife, who's also sitting here, was observing what was happening. She leaned and said, we're here for you, right? Talk about support. I don't know what prompted her to say that, but at that moment, and that particular night, that was everything I needed to hear. As most of you know in this room, this entrepreneur journey, it's often difficult, and the ebbs and flows of growth is grueling and really, really lonely. It requires a certain type of personality to even try, and a little bit of self-delusion to keep going when it's difficult. You see, in my heart, I am first and foremost a father and a husband. These are the two roles that I cherish the most. Yet, here I stand in front of you today as an entrepreneur, a title that I earned with 23 years of highs and lows, successes and failures, but all punctuated with love. I'm a college dropout, truth to be told, who at 19 decided to swim against the current. At the time, this was the most completely uncharted territory that anybody could have done. My family and I just moved to a new country a couple of years before, and we did not have any safety net to rely on. I did not come from a wealthy family, and I would go on to found 13 different startups, each one with unique challenge, each one teaching me invaluable lessons about business and life. But when I trace back my journey, there is another thread that I had not realized until I prepared for this speech. It turns out I've learned how to navigate the world of the unknown from a very special person, my father, who is an industrious person by his own right. He lives in the world of atoms and not bytes like me. He invents machines, big things that you can touch and feel. He built all sorts of machines, from machines that go to the depth of Earth to bring water, to a satellite dish that looks at the sky to bring entertainment and laugh to families. He built machines that produce basic items like bread and soap. That man showed me everything what it means to be a resolute in the face of the unknown and uncertainty. He always ran towards fire when the hopes of finding a solution. And when they don't work, and trust me, there are a bunch of doozies in his life, he walked away learning something absolutely from it. It turns out what I've always learned, each venture I've tried, whether it was a web design firm or a coffee shop, imagine, whether it was a pyramid marketing scheme, I've tried it all, I was young, or an AI startup, it had its own struggles, setbacks, Some crumbled because they were ahead of their time, and some due to less than ideal partnership, and others I just didn't know what I was doing. But with every setback, there was a silver lining, a lesson learned, an opportunity to grow. Through these trials, I've discovered the power of resilience, the importance of clear communication. I hope I'm doing a good job. And the ability to resolve conflict. I learned how to pick myself up, dust myself off, and start all over again. Yet, at the heart of my journey lay not the startup, but the very human experience of love and sacrifice. Love became my compass, my guiding star. Love of my work, love of the process of creation, and love for the challenges and the lessons that they brought. It was all love and the unwavering support of my family that kept me going, even when the going gets tough. I won't sugarcoat it. There were sacrifices, years without salary, grueling 100 hours work week, and personal life put on hold. But in the grand scheme of things, these sacrifices were a small price to pay following my passion for staying true to my dreams. Almost 2 years ago, like Naveen mentioned, my breakthrough came with Moxit, a simple app that I've built to solve a daycare problem that I had with my son's daycare. And that weekend project turned out to be blossomed into a platform that helped thousands of daycares in the US and putting thousands of smiles on parents' faces every day. Moxit was a labor of love. It paid off when it was acquired by a Silicon Valley firm, backed by venture capital firms like Andreessen Horowitz and Goldman Sachs. This journey I've embarked upon, from college dropout to an entrepreneur in front of you, has been an extraordinary journey. It has given me more gray hairs than I can count. I'm 42. But it has also filled my heart with gratitude, diminished fear for hope, and armed me with the courage for the future. It all taught me it's okay to fail. And again, and again, and again, as long as you pick yourself up and keep moving forward. Ordinary people can lead an extraordinary lives. It's all a matter of choice, a matter of taking a leap of faith and deciding to just dare to dream, dare to love, and dare to make sacrifices. And when you do, and trust me when you do, sooner or later, the universe will return the favor. When you go home later today, I would like you to sit down, take a deep breath, and launch into the thing that you've always wanted to do. Don't let fear hold you back. Remember, I'm a college dropout, and if I can do it, God, you can do it. No question about it. This journey of mine has been a complete roller coaster. Joy, fear, frustration, excitement, despair, and elation. But through it all, I've learned to be emotionally available to the whole to embrace it, both the good and the bad. For it, through these emotions, we truly experience life and truly live. So, as we part ways, I will tell you what I've always wanted to tell my kids to hear me say. Take a leap of faith, do what you love, everything without requiring anything in return. Sacrifice everything for it, what you believe, and if you do that, I guarantee you, sooner or later, your dreams will come true. So, as I stand before you, my story is a testament of that truth. The universe returned my favor, and it will return yours. It's just a matter of time.